signs for an identity versus an equation. So this isn't something that you're trying to find a value that works for x here. This is showing that all of the left-hand side can be manipulated so it's identical to the right-hand side. It just means that the left-hand side, no matter what value of x you substitute in, it will be the same overall answer as the right-hand side. So this is just an algebra manipulation. We'll keep the first fraction as it is, and what we'll do is we'll factorise the denominator. So you should be able to get very quickly to this. The right-hand side will be 1 over x plus 3. Now you have to be able to do this in pretty decent speed here. So this is 3 times 2 to give the 6. One has to be negative, one has to be positive, and you'll find it's that way around. Okay. Now notice that on the left-hand side you've got 2 fractions. The usual thing is to make a common denominator. So the common denominator, can you see for both fractions, would be x minus 2, x plus 3. And over here, x minus 2, x plus 3. But you just got to look to see how have you moved from this fraction to this fraction. Well, the denominator is just the same, right? So that's easy enough. What's happened to this denominator to get to here? You've times by x plus 3, so you must do the same to the numerator. Whatever the numerator was, you must times it by x plus 3. And there's subtraction the way, and that has to be identical to 1 over x plus 3. Now, the idea that you are working on the left-hand side and trying to show it's the right-hand side. So what we tend to do is not just keep writing down both sides like an equation, because it's not an equation. You would start by saying consider the left-hand side. So the idea is you're going to just work all the way down the left-hand side. Okay, so the first line is identical to this, and we just keep going. So because we've got a common denominator, we can write it down as a common denominator. And this is x plus 3 minus 5, and then look at the top, that becomes x minus 2. The denominator is x minus 2 over x plus 3. And now this last stage, I mean, you should have hopefully been taught that you never divide through by a variable, but that's in when we're dealing with equations, because you lose a solution. This is identities, so it's absolutely fine to cancel through by a variable, and that gives you the 1 over x plus 3, and a nice little finish is identical to the right hand side. That's a nice way to do it.